Available now. Link below.
In a tale of two leaders, a nation watches in disbelief. As one honors the ultimate sacrifice, the other dances with the elite. Former President Trump stands shoulder to shoulder with the NYPD, mourning the tragic loss of Officer Jonathan Diller. Meanwhile, President Biden hosts a star-studded fundraiser, raising millions as a family grieves. The stark contrast in priorities is impossible to ignore. Trump's presence at the wake speaks volumes about his unwavering support for law enforcement. Biden's absence, coupled with his spokesperson's tone-deaf response, pushes gun control without even naming a fallen hero. It begs the question, where do our leaders' priorities truly lie? Well, in this special report, we dive deep into the actions that define leadership in a time of crisis. Stay tuned for our in-depth analysis and a powerful final thought that will leave you questioning everything. This is a story you do not want to miss. Before we continue, let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? Just like the debt crisis plaguing America, the loss of Officer Diller is a crushing blow. With over $1 trillion in debt, Americans are struggling to stay afloat, much like the NYPD is struggling to cope with the tragedy, and that's why I've turned to National Debt Relief. They provided me with a customized plan to regain control of my finances, offering a free consultation and zero upfront fees. Just as we need support in times of financial hardship, the NYPD needs our support now than ever as well. So visit NoDebtWithGary.com for a free consultation and a plan tailored to your need. Together, we can overcome any crisis. Now, in the heart of a nation divided, two scenes unfold that couldn't be more disparate. On one side, a somber gathering to mourn a hero. On the other, a glitzy affair to fill the campaign coffers. This is the tale of America today, a stark illustration of where the priorities of its leaders lie. At the center of this story is former President Donald Trump's decision to attend the wake of a New York Police Department officer, Jonathan Diller, a dedicated officer and father tragically slain in the line of duty. Trump's presence at Diller's wake on Long Island is a profound statement of solidarity with law enforcement community and a gesture that speaks volumes about his unwavering support for those who serve and protect our communities. Meanwhile, in stark contrast, President Joe Biden chooses to engage in a different kind of service. As Trump stands with the grieving family and comrades of Officer Diller, Biden is miles away, basking in the limelight of a high-dollar fundraising event. It's an event expected to rake in tens of millions, boasting the attendance of celebrities and former presidents alike. Now, this dichotomy presents a clear and troubling picture of the differing values that animate our political leaders. See for yourself.
The police union telling city politicians they are not welcome there. Brian, let's begin with you. Good morning.
Bill, the wake is being held at the funeral home behind me today and tomorrow, and it is a difficult morning for the family of Officer Jonathan Diller, his friends, his colleagues, and his hometown here at Massapequa Park, Long Island. A 10-mile-long thin blue line has been painted on the street. There are blue ribbons and American flags seen throughout the entire community, and they hang in support of Officer Diller and the police. Diller leaves behind his wife Stephanie and his infant son. Last night, hundreds showed up for a vigil to honor them. Many first responders live here. Officer Diller was killed Monday during a traffic stop when he was shot in the stomach below his bulletproof vest. He was just 31 years old and joined the force 3 years ago. Here's Officer Diller's brother-in-law at last night's vigil.
He loved what he did. He was born to be a cop. He was born to be a hero. He died being a hero. He died doing what he loved. And I will forever be a better person because of him.
The two suspects arrested in Diller's murder have dozens of prior arrests and yet were out free on the streets. The driver, Lindy Jones, charged with criminal possession of a weapon and for possessing a ghost gun. Former President Trump will be coming to today's wake. His campaign says he was moved by the invitation to join Diller's family and colleagues. On Truth Social, Trump offered his heartfelt prayers and said the suspects should never have been let back out on the streets. The president of the NYPD Sergeants Union is warning New York City politicians who, quote, detest cops not to attend the wake or funeral.
The city council, who seems to believe that criminals in today's day and age should be considered to be the victims of crimes.
Unbelievable. Officer Diller's story is a tragic one. A 31-year-old married father. He was fatally shot by a career criminal in Far Rockaway. Diller's dedication to his duty and his community was exemplary, with more than 70 arrests to his name during his brief but impactful career. His death is not just a loss to his family and the NYPD, it is lost to the very fabric of the city that he served. As Trump joins in the mourning, his actions serve as a reminder of the respect and honor due to those who lay down their lives in the service of others. Contrarily, the fundraiser, attended by Biden, is a display of political pageantry, with tickets starting at $225 and an after-party to follow. It epitomizes the disconnect between some elected officials and the realities faced by those on the front lines of America's crime-ridden streets. It's a scenario that begs the question, what are the true priorities of our nation's leaders? As the story unfolds, the White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, well, her response to Diller's death further compounds the issue. When pressed about the incident, her push for gun control rather than a focus on the fallen officer or the circumstances leading to his death reveals a concerning diversion from the personal loss and the broader issue of criminal recidivism. Take a look.
Relates to the death of the officer. Look, our hearts go out to this officer who tragically lost his life in the line of duty. We're also praying for his family during this difficult time, who now has an empty seat at their dinner table. President Biden is deeply grateful for the sacrifices police officers make to keep our community safe. This shooting is yet another painful reminder of the toll of gun violence, that what it's doing to inflict on families and our communities and our nation. And that's why the president signed more than 24 executive actions. That's why we're able to pass a bipartisan agreement to deal with the gun violence that we're seeing in this country. Obviously, more work needs to be done. We need Congress to continue to act on making sure that our communities are safe, and again, our hearts go out to this officer and his family. It's a difficult time for them.
Now, it's crucial to understand the context of Diller's death. The accused, Guy Rivera, a man with a lengthy criminal history, represents a failure of the justice system to protect those it serves. The incident is a reminder of the dangers police officers face daily and the need for a judicial system that supports their efforts to maintain public safety. This failure is not just a policy issue, it's a human issue affecting real lives and real families. Now, the image shared by Trump on Truth Social following Diller's death is a poignant reminder of the personal cost of crime in our communities. It shows a leader who, despite no longer holding office, remains deeply connected to the people that he served. And his message accompanying the image underscores his commitment to law enforcement and his recognition for their sacrifice. It stands in contrast to the actions and statements of the current administration officials who seem more focused on political narratives than the human impact of crime and violence. The story of Officer Diller's wake, attended by Trump, juxtaposed with Biden's fundraising event, is a microcosm of a larger debate about values, priorities, and leadership in America. As Trump pays his respects to the fallen hero and Biden courts the wealthy and powerful, the question of who truly serves the public interest becomes glaringly evident. The sacrifice of Officer Diller and the commitment of law enforcement officers across the nation deserve recognition and respect, not just in words, but in actions. As we move forward, it's essential to reflect on what these events say about our country and its leaders. The support for those who protect and serve, the recognition of sacrifice, and the prioritization of community safety over political gain are values that should define our nation. In remembering Officer Diller, let us also remember what it means to serve the public truly. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. In this report, we've seen the tale of two leaders, one standing with the bereaved, honoring a hero who made the ultimate sacrifice, and another mingling among the elite, the Clintons, the Obamas, the Hollywood elite, chasing dollars. This contrast goes beyond mere optics. It strikes at the heart of what leadership in our republic should embody. Leadership is about showing up, standing up, and speaking up for those who put their lives on the line every day to keep us safe. It's about priorities, values, and the actions that define us. As we reflect on the loss of Officer Jonathan Diller, let's demand more from those in power. Let's champion leaders who stand with our guardians in their darkest hours, not those who opt for the spotlight. This story matters because it reminds us of the leaders that we deserve, leaders who understand the cost of service and the price of sacrifice. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.